So we're going to start off with how I left my 9 to 5 and built a six-figure business. On the agenda today, we're going to go through the steps I took to build a six-figure company twice and how you can leverage these steps to implement along your journey. Then we're going to move on to the non-business factors that will determine if your business will sink or swim. The 6 business basics needed to leave your 9 to 5. So that will be getting into the Thriving Business Basics workshop. And then we'll have a Q&A session. So who am I? I'm Quanisha, a mom of 4 beautiful children. That includes a set of twins. I've been an entrepreneur and business owner for 6 years now, a little over 6 years. It is now my mission to help 300 mompreneurs each and every year to thrive mentally, emotionally, and financially. Here's my entrepreneur journey, just so you guys can know a little bit more about where I started and where I am now. So in 2013, that's when I had my oldest daughter. I went into a networking company or MLM called Wake Up Now, and I'm pretty sure that company no longer exists. But that's where I learned about residual income and knew that that's what I wanted. So I didn't have to trade my time for money. In 2016, I started my first real company and grew it to 6 figures in 3 years through a franchise. I separated from that franchise and landed my own 6-figure contract within 6 months. In 2018, so I still have my cleaning company. I became a real estate agent in between separating from the franchise and landing my own contracts. Here, I reached $1 million club my first 2 years in real estate and was the top 10% of my office. It is also here that I learned that there were a few basic business essentials that were consistent across all business industries. In 2019 and present, I created the Thriving Mompreneur personal development firm. This is my passion project. Starting my business eventually gave me the time and money freedom I was looking for back in 2013. So now I want to assist other moms to do the same in less than 5 years. It took me so much time to get to a point where I was in a place where I felt that the money and the time was equally giving me what I was looking for and desiring in my life. So what they don't tell you about successful entrepreneurs. Most successful entrepreneurs are not only successful because they follow great business strategies. They are successful because they had natural skills and talents that allowed them to implement those strategies and then leverage their natural gifts to become successful. This is why from the outside looking in, it can look easy and effortless to start and build a business. So before we get into the Thriving Business Basics, the workshop, you need to first learn what natural skills, talents, and characteristics that you have that will ultimately lead to your personal success as an entrepreneur. So how did I build a 6-figure company as a single mom? Step 1, I had a strong why. My strong why is to be a present parent to my children and make a lot of money working from anywhere, not just from home, but from anywhere. My 6-figure business journey started when I got pregnant with my first child. I moved to North Carolina as a single mom, getting out of a toxic relationship. While on pregnancy leave from my job, I was looking for ways to make money from home. I wasn't going back to my job in Jersey, and I also didn't want to find a job in North Carolina, only just to put my daughter in daycare. That life didn't excite me. I wanted to be present in my daughter's life and also make a lot of money doing it. That's when I joined the Wake Up Now MLM, and I did not make any money. But because I didn't have a car, long story, I needed to start making money. I eventually left North Carolina and moved back to New Jersey, where public transportation was more accessible and I had more family to help babysit my daughter. So what I want you to do in your workbook is, what is your strong why? Brainstorm and write out, what is your strong why? Why do you want to start a business? People don't start a business just to start. They have a core want. So what is the core want that you think starting your business can provide for you? Just sit and think on that. What is it that you want from your life that you think your business could get for you? Okay. The second thing that led me to creating a 6-figure business is sacrifices. After juggling, so when I moved back to New Jersey, I was juggling 3 part-time jobs. I finally found a full-time position at a daycare where I was able to bring my daughter. So that was strategic. Working at a job where I was able to bring my daughter. Prior to that, working those 3 part-time jobs, my grandmother was watching her. So after about a year or so of working, maybe less than that, my full-time job, I invested in my first real business, which was my 6-figure commercial cleaning company. I purchased my franchise using my tax refund. So this was my first sacrifice, AKA business investment. I purchased my LLC. I Googled how to do it. I literally Googled, like as I was filling out the form online, I was like Googling terms that I didn't understand. You don't have to do it that way for whatever reason. That's just the way I did it. If you want to, they have different companies that will help you purchase your LLC if that feels more comfortable for you. But I Googled it. And then I also opened a business checking account. I then had to alter my schedule so that I can complete the new franchisee trainings before I could start getting cleaning contracts. So time and money were really big sacrifices in the beginning of getting started. And it actually continues on throughout your entrepreneur journey. Time and money, those are the two biggest sacrifices. So I would drop my daughter off to my grandmother or have my dad pick her up from daycare, AKA my job, so that I can go to my trainings. There was a lot of time sacrifices I had to make while building my business from zero. I had to figure out how to balance my 9 to 5, the new business, my daughter, and then I was also getting into a new relationship. So it was a lot to balance, a lot of time sacrifices that was, being pulled everywhere. My first contract, I had to alter my schedule again. So this time, my work schedule had to change. So on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I would drop my daughter off at daycare, my job, and go clean my new contracts in the morning, then clock into work around 1 o'clock, and then me and my daughter would go home. So my goal was to have my cleaning company take over my 9 to 5. So of course, I took on more contracts that were at night. My first contract was during the day. So now I had to have someone watch my daughter at night while I cleaned my night contracts. My job and home was about 20 minutes away from my grandmother. So I would drive in the opposite direction after work to drop my daughter off and then go clean the buildings, go back to pick her up, and then go home. I was working 14 to 16-hour days. So again, a lot of sacrifices in the beginning, right? So in your workbook, I want you to write down what are some sacrifices you're going to have to make. How are you going to have to alter your schedule to balance your personal and business life? How much money do you have to invest in your business? Where can you get funds to invest into your business? So your funds can be grants, it could be loans, it can be your 9 to 5 that can fund your business, but jot those things down. It's good to have a game plan. So that's why you're here. That's why you're taking this, listening to this webinar. So you can be ahead of what it takes to be a successful entrepreneur, right? So step 3, be resourceful. Being resourceful and solution-based are my superpowers. So sometimes what I want you guys to think about while I'm reading this is sometimes you have natural gifts and talents that you think everybody has, but they don't. There's something about you, something unique about you that will allow you to be so successful on your entrepreneur journey. You need to leverage that, right? So during these early phases, I dabbled in hiring staff. I used my experience as an employee as a foundation on hiring and training my employees. I printed necessary paperwork. I used templates and then put my logo on it for job applications. I Googled where I could find employees, and then I just put things into action. Another thing is Google and YouTube are going to be your business besties. I Google and YouTube pretty much everything to learn what was needed for my business or my company to run and operate like a business. I Googled different software I can use to track hours for payroll, how and when to run payroll. So I paid so you typically at a job, you get paid bi-weekly. What I found that worked best for me was paying my employees the 15th and 30th of the month, and they actually were subcontractors. So I Googled in YouTube W-2 employees versus 1099 subcontractors. And this is all related to, you would Google this related to your industry. I learned how to train commercial cleaning employees and created my own procedures to train and hire my staff. So I ordered this video that showed them how to clean the proper ways. They will watch the video and then we will go. Like I created a whole system. And again, I did that by modeling what I learned when I first started and what I learned by Google and YouTube. So you need to be resourceful. Everything is not going to just fall into your lap. So I knew that in order to get more and more contracts, AKA grow, scale my business, I would need a team of cleaners. I knew my end goal was to be a business owner and not just self-employed, cleaning all my buildings by myself. So again, I needed to hire and learn how to manage a team. So in your workbook, what resources can you utilize on your entrepreneur journey? What personal resources do you have access to? What character traits, gifts, or talents do you have that may come in handy when building your business? What are your superpowers? So I want you to brainstorm that, because these things are all going to come in handy when, if you're just starting or while you're in it now, you already have a business. Learn to leverage your gifts, your strengths to propel you further into your business. Step 4, learn your industry. Again, I told you being resourceful is my superpower, and being solution-based is my superpower. So to get more contracts and grow my business, I didn't wait around for my franchise to find me business. Instead, I decided on the type of buildings I wanted to clean and started cold calling and asking different businesses if they needed a cleaning company. And from there, I would give them a free estimate. So if they decided to get the free estimate, my franchise would send out their bidders and close the contract for me. So the reason why they did that is because they get paid a royalties from the the buildings that I clean. So it was in their best interest to also help me find more buildings, right? Eventually, because of me taking my own initiative to find my own buildings, my franchise held a training to teach the franchisees how to measure and bid for buildings. This led me to receive Franchisee of the Month within 6 months of operating my business and becoming a speaker at our first franchisee appreciation events. So again, being resourceful and learning my industry gave me the knowledge I needed to go out, bid, write proposals, and close my own contracts later after I separated from the franchise. So in your workbook, write down, what can you do to learn more about your industry? What topics can you YouTube or Google? Remember that those are your besties. What social media pages can you follow to do market research, which we'll get into later? See what's going on in your industry. You need to learn your industry so that you can be on top of the things that you need to know to be successful. 5, what is your plan? What is your goal? Throughout the whole start of this, I knew my end goal. It may not have been crystal clear, but I knew from just based off my why, right? Just based off my why, I wanted to make money. I wanted to not trade my time for money, and I wanted to be present with my daughter. So because I knew my end goal, I made decisions in my business based off those goals. Remember, my why was to not trade my time for money. So that's why I learned to hire staff. Remember, I wanted to be able to make money from anywhere and be present with my children. So again, that's why I continuously was adding or looking for contracts to earn enough money to pay for my bills and the lifestyle I wanted to live, while also paying my employees or subcontractors a decent wage. So knowing your end goals allows you to make aligned decisions with what you want out of life. So in your workbook, I want you to write, what is your plan for your business? What is your end goal? And knowing this, again, it doesn't have to be crystal clear. Make a rough draft, and then as you go along in your journey, you'll get more and more clear on what you want. Use your goals to make the decisions. You don't want to follow what everybody else is doing, because if, for example, the company that I now own is a product-based company, which I had to learn. If I followed everybody else who, they're taking pictures with their inventory and fulfillment and all of that, if I followed what everybody else is doing online and wanted to do the same thing, that wouldn't fit with my vision for my life to travel. I can't travel the world and work from anywhere. Remember, I want to work from anywhere. I can't do that if I have to be somewhere with inventory to fulfill orders. So what works for me and what worked for my business is to do something that was print on demand. So I do journals. So that's why print on demand works for me, where I don't have to have inventory, right? So it's important to know your end goal. So you're not making decisions based off of what everybody else is doing, but you're making decisions off of what you see for your life plan, your business plan, and your life and how you want to live. Number 6, who can support you? Be resourceful. I found my supporters. You can't do this alone. Throughout my journey, I found my supporters to help with my daughter. So that was my dad, that was my grandmother, sometimes my cousins. I also went to business trainings to learn what I needed to learn. So when my franchise was having different trainings, I went. So again, be resourceful and find people that can support you along your journey to accomplish your goals, right? You don't want to do this alone. I don't want to say it's impossible, but it's hard. So take the time now and map that out. Who can support you on this journey? List down any and everybody that can potentially help you with babysitting, completing business-related tasks, hiring, all the things. Make a list now so that when things come up, You feel prepared, like, okay, I know that so-and-so can help me with this. I know that so-and-so can help me with that. Or I know I can Google or YouTube this, right? There's so many resources out for you to make your business goals a success and bring them into your reality. Through trial and error, I hired and fired employees. I gained and lost cleaning contracts. But throughout it all, I stayed the course on my wants, my needs, and my desires. I was persistent. This is the number one trait every successful entrepreneur has. They're persistent. Business has ups and downs, right? But you can only fail if you stop. If you continue, if you tweak, if you learn, if you if you go forward with what you put out there, what you desire, what you want, you will eventually be successful. Through my lived experiences of building my business from $0 to over $200,000 in revenue, I learned that there are two non-business related factors that will determine if your business sink or swim, and that is your mindset and personal development. I learned that my mindset and personal development was capping the success I desired in my life and in my business. I had an opportunity to win 2 other 6-figure contracts in my cleaning business, and I slept on it. I had it in and I didn't act on it. So just so you understand that clearly, I had already had a 6-figure contract, and I had the opportunity to win 2 others, so potentially $300,000 annually, and I slept on it. I did this in real estate also. When clients started coming in and I was getting all these leads, I was shut down. And this was due to underlying limiting beliefs and bad habits like procrastination. And typically with procrastination, it's just a symptom of what is really preventing you from showing up and doing the work that you know you have to do, which we'll get into later. So this leads me to part 2, the 3 things you need to prioritize to thrive in your life and business. The 3 priorities needed to thrive in your life as a mom and business owner. My 6-figure cleaning company was all grind and no play. What I learned from hitting rock bottom and growing my cleaning business back to 6 figures with just the 1 contract was that I needed to prioritize myself. I needed to prioritize my daughter. I needed to prioritize my family and fun. Remember my why. You always go back to your why. I wanted to be present in my children's lives, right? So when I first started my cleaning company, again, I was working those 14, 16 hours. I was like in this hustle grind phase. I didn't integrate my business with my life so that it worked in harmony. I was all hustle, hustle, hustle. And what eventually happened was I burnt out. I didn't have healthy boundaries with my work in life. So my relationships were rocky. I was distant from my friends. Like I was just on this grind. Like I need to make money so I could work from anywhere, right? Because we want to reach our goals. So I learned that you can have these goals, right? These big goals, and you can still reach those goals, but in a different way. You don't have to be hustling and grinding. You don't have to do it that way. There's another way to do business. So these are the 3 things you need to prioritize. You need to prioritize your values. What's important to you? So in your workbook, I want you to write out your top 3 values that are important to you. Because what that's going to do is when it comes to business, you're not going to jeopardize those values for business success. You're not going to do that. You're going to prioritize your values, and then you're going to figure out how you can integrate your business to fit in with those values, right? So everything works in harmony. So write out your top 3 values that are important to you and why they're important to you. The next 2 things that you need to prioritize is your mental health and your emotional health. So like I said in the previous slide, I had limiting beliefs that was capping my money. $300,000 it's a lot of money, yes, but also the capacity that the business would have needed from me was a lot for me to wrap my head around. I already had a team of, I think about 5. So I would have needed a team of maybe 15, right? So that was more payroll, that was more trainings, that was more people not showing up for work. So then I have to show up, all those things, right? So I didn't have a mentor. I was doing this solo. This is why I keep reiterating that you cannot do this alone. You need support, okay? You need a mentor. So because I didn't have a mentor, I didn't have anybody to help me work through these new levels that I was scaling to. I was going to new levels, but I didn't know anybody in my immediate family that grew a business to $300,000. So I'm the only one doing this, growing a business. So they don't understand. They can't mentor me through this. They haven't been there, right? So because of my limiting beliefs, my self-doubts that, oh my God, can I manage a team of 15? Can I manage a business that's $300,000? That brings in $300,000 annually? Can I manage that money properly? right? So limiting beliefs and self-doubts is not always you being hard on yourself. It's sometimes just stepping out of your comfort zone into new levels that you don't understand, you don't know, right? So with prioritizing your mental health and emotional health, what that allows is as you grow and scale your business, you're emotionally prepared, you're mentally prepared to make the right decisions to move forward. So you're not sabotaging your success. So what I want you to do in your workbook, after you write down your 3 values, is jot down any limiting beliefs or self-doubts that you have, that you are aware of, because we're not always aware of our doubts and limiting beliefs. That's again why you get a coach, because they have a different viewpoint, a different vantage point. So what are some limiting beliefs you think you may have about growing your business, about making more money? What are some mindset work that you need to work on? What are you telling yourself? Self-care. What are you doing for self-care? Are you prioritizing that? Remember, I told you I had to figure out how to balance my daughter, my business, my new relationship, and myself. And sometimes, a lot of times with moms, like we get pushed to the back burner because we're trying to juggle the family, the house duties, the business duties. So our self-care get pushed to the back. But once again, we need to integrate everything so that it works out in harmony, right? Your relationship health. How are you prioritizing your relationships so that your business is not overpowering your life, but it's integrated so that it flows? Time management. How are you managing your time? So one thing as a business owner or entrepreneur, you're not working a 9-to-5 job anymore. There's no one saying, hey, clock into work. There's no one saying, hey, you need to work from this time to that time. You have to do that for yourself, right? You need to set your work hours so you can work. Your business is not a hobby. This is your job, right? This is now your new job. And I don't mean job in a negative way, because this is what you wanted to do if you love your business. So you want to dedicate time to work on your business so that it can run like a healthy, thriving business. And it will help you create those boundaries when you're working, because it's so easy when you work for yourself to be checking emails all day, to always be creating content, to always be thinking about when am I going to post, when am I going to get my next client, how is my building doing, right? So you need to learn how to create boundaries and manage your time effectively so that you have work-life harmony and your values are prioritized, your mental health is prioritized, and your emotional health is prioritized, right? Check in with yourself. How are you emotionally? Your business will trigger you, okay? Your business will trigger you. If you lose a contract, if you lose a client, if you get a bad review, if no one's liking your content, whatever you're going through emotionally is going to tug on that. What are you going through emotionally? Write that down. What are some triggers that are not yet healed? You have to heal those. Your mental health. How are you mentally? What's on your mental? How are you handling everyday life? Stress is a natural part of life. What's important is that you have healthy coping mechanisms to balance that stress, right? So how are you mentally? How are you coping? And personal development. What are you doing to grow yourself? Once again, because like I said, procrastination is usually a symptom, right? So I probably procrastinated to write these proposals to get those 2 other contracts because I wasn't personally developed enough to feel I can handle running a $300,000 cleaning company in less than a year. This was in less than a year after I left the franchise. This was all happening within 1 year. That was fast growth. And I wasn't ready to take that on. So you need to continuously improve yourself. So when you start receiving what you want, because that's what I wanted, right? That's what I wanted. I could have easily used $200,000 out of that $300,000. I could have easily used the 2 to pay my employees and to keep, cash flow and to have my products and inventory together easily, and had $100,000 for myself. But I wasn't ready. I don't want that to be you. I want you to be ready. Okay. So what are some things that you can do to work on your personal development? Books, events, networking events, mentorship, coaching. What can you do? So now let's get into the workshop. In this workshop, we're going to go through the 6 essentials that's needed so that you can build your business on a prosperous foundation. All right, let's jump right on in. If you need to take a break, pause the recording take a break, get a sip of water. I'm going to sip my water. Get a fresh piece of paper. If you don't have the workbook downloaded, and let's get right in. So here's one of the first basics, and these basics are not in any particular order. These are just 6 things that's needed for you to have a thriving business. Okay. So the first thing is the business and the brand. What is the business? If you are in business, you are solving a problem. Your product and or service is the solution to the problem. So what is the problem you solve? What is the solution? How are you delivering the solution? Is it a service or is it a product? Which we'll get into product or service down a little later. How much money do you want to make selling this product or service? So as I'm going through these questions, I want you to start thinking about those things. What business model best fits your lifestyle? So again, whatever your problem you're solving, it can be service-based, it can be membership-based, or it can be product-based. So for example, I'll use coaching, for example. So if you're coaching, right, your one-on-one will be service-based. So that's you meeting with somebody in person or over Zoom. If you have another service-based business where you're like providing a service as far as like massages or hair or childcare, things like that. Those are service-based one-on-one businesses, right? Membership. So once again, you can, if you are in coaching, you can have memberships where your clients are paying you on a monthly basis, annual basis, quarterly basis, however you want to do. You can write those down to eventually map it out to see if membership is a business model that you want to explore for your business. And again, this doesn't have to just go for coaching. So if you provide, let's say, a massage service, you can do a membership where your clients pay you a monthly membership, and in that membership, they can have 2 massages, 2 full body massages and 1 foot massage each month. They just have to book their days, but they pay for it monthly. Product based. So once again, this can go for all industries. If you are a coach, you have digital products that your clients or customers can buy. Do you have physical products that your clients can purchase? For me, that will be my journals that I have in tandem with my coaching. If you have a massage, or if you're an esthetician or any of those type of service-based businesses, do you have any facial products, hair products, massage oils that you package and can sell to your customers? So these are different things that you can think about that you can provide in your business. The next thing is your brand. What do you want your brand identity to be? So your brand identity is the visible elements of your business. So that's the color palette, your font, your images, your logo. How do you want your company, your business to be visibly seen or shown? What do you want people to think about when they see your business? That's the visual aspect of it. Your brand identity is also the voice and tone and words you use to describe your products and services. Your social media post. So how do you want people to view your business? Your brand identity is how your customers and clients will relate to you and your business. So remember, what I want you to know is that people buy people. People buy transformation. So I know a lot of people feel like, oh, the market is saturated. Everybody's doing coaching. Everybody's esthetician, everybody's doing massages, everybody's, right? That's a lot of times that's how we can feel going into business. But what makes your business different and unique is you, right? So what I want you to do is these questions over here is brainstorm and write out these questions and brainstorm. What problems are you solving? Why do people need your product or service? What is your solution? Again, your solution is the product, so you can write down, if it's too hard to think of the solution as a product or service, just think about what are you solving. If you're a coach, depending on what type of coach you are, you can be helping with somebody with weight loss. You can be helping somebody with reaching their goals. You can be helping, like literally that's the solution that you offer, right? Same thing with massage. If someone's feeling tense, they just need to relax, their body is aching, that's the solution. And your service and your products is how you deliver that solution, whether it's the massage oils, whether it's you actually physically giving the massage. So how does this business fit into your lifestyle? What business model works best for you? So again, the different business models, is it service-based? Is it product-based? Are you gonna have a membership? And you wanna answer these questions based off your lifestyle. So remember that example I gave you where for my journal company, if I was doing fulfillment and needed to have inventory, I wouldn't be able to. I love vacationing, okay? Vacation vibes all the time over here. So if I wanted to just up and go to Barbados or wherever, but then I have people, my customers are making purchases and I have to fulfill those, I wouldn't be able to do that. I wouldn't be able to give great customer service if I have my customers waiting a week, 2 weeks, a month, however long, I'm on a vacation to fulfill their orders. So I created my product-based business based off knowing that for me personally, my lifestyle, I like to get up and go when I want. So in order to do that, I needed to be able to fulfill my customers' purchases another way, which is why I do print on demand for my product-based business. So what business model fits best for your lifestyle? How much money do you want to make? A lot of people don't think about that. Again, remember with the knowing your end goal. If you don't have an end goal, then you won't know when you reach your success. You won't know that you are accomplished. You won't know what you're working for. So 2 things can happen. You'll keep working and not feel fulfilled, or you'll not reach your goals because you don't have one. Right? Like maybe up in the air, you're like, I just want to make a lot of money. I want to have sales. But what is that? Not being crystal clear on that can prevent you from actually reaching that. So how much money do you want to make? Do you want to replace your 9-to-5 income? Do you want to just supplement your 9-to-5 income? Do you want to make 6 figures? Do you want to make 7 figures? Write that out. And how do you want your brand? How do you want to brand your business? What is the look and feel of your business? How do you want people to perceive you and your business? Okay. So this is important because knowing what you saw will allow you to iterate that to your potential customers and clients, and they'll know, oh yeah, her product and her service is for me. The next thing, your niche, your ideal client, and your target market. So your niche, now that we know the business and the brand, we need to figure out what makes you special. What is unique about you, your business, your product, and or your service. Your niche is what will separate you from all the noise and allow you and your business to stand out. So here's a few examples. You can be a photographer, a general photographer, or you can niche down and be a wedding photographer. So people know if they're about to get married and they're looking for a photographer, they're going to say, oh, I need a wedding photographer, not just a general photographer, right? And you can go even deeper and say that you are a luxury wedding photographer or a destination wedding photographer, right? So they say, the saying is that there are riches in the niches. So the more you specialize in a specific area, the more money you can charge. Okay, so just think about those things. You don't have to niche all the way down so early on in your business, but as you are going through business and experiencing new things, it's wise to learn what you enjoy and to niche down and market yourself that way. You can be an esthetician, or you could be a celebrity esthetician or holistic remedy esthetician. What type of esthetician? So knowing the specific type of esthetician, photographer, or whatever you are, it allows the consumer to say, oh, this is for me. For someone who is a celebrity, they're going to want a celebrity esthetician because they know that esthetician is used to being around, glitz, glam, stars. So they're going to work and be able to handle what comes with that. Or a holistic remedy esthetician, they're going to use the natural essential oils, they're going to use the different things that resonate with you, right? So niching down is speaking to your customer, your audience, and telling them like, hey, I'm for you, right? So you can be a realtor. Are you a buyer's agent or seller's agent? Or do you just focus on commercial real estate? Are you a life coach? What type of life coach? Do you do confidence coaching, weight loss coaching, confidence coaching specifically for moms? So again, niching down allows your ideal client, your target market, to know this person is for me. In the sea of life coaches, this one specific coach is for me. So again, like I said, from the business and the brand, when you brand yourself, you allow yourself to stand out. You allow yourself to show, you show the unique aspects of you and why the potential customer will choose you over everybody else. So that goes into your ideal client. Who are you selling this solution, your product or service to? Who are you selling this to? Who needs your product and service to solve their problem? What is their gender? What is their age? What is their profession? What are their pain points? So fill this out in the workbook. I have it listed out for you to fill in your ideal client avatar. This is so important to know, because then when you're selling your product, you want to talk to one specific person, right? When you're talking to everyone, you're talking to no one in particular. You'll hear that a lot in business. When you're trying to appeal to everyone in the marketplace, no one will identify with what you're saying, and your product or service won't sell. So know your ideal client and talk to that one person. Your target market. Who is your target market? So let me explain what the difference is. And I'll use my business, for example. So my target market will be moms. That's my target market. So your target market, just to give you a visual, if you were fishing, right? Usually fishermen, they throw out like these big nets, right? And they throw it out and they catch all the fish. So your target market is catching all the fish. For me, that's all the moms. But my ideal client, the one who I want to work with closely, are mompreneurs, moms in business, because I'm a mompreneur. So I know we have similar pain points, right? So I know how to help you. I want to help you. That's my passion. So you are my ideal client. Even though I can help all moms, who I truly want to work with, who I truly identify with, are mompreneurs. Okay, so typically how this works is your products is what your target market will be interested in. So your low tier products. So for me, that would be my journals, right? For an esthetician, that would be their skincare oils or things of that nature, right? But your ideal client is the one that wants you to massage them. It's the one that wants you to work with them one-on-one because you know them so well, right? So that's a brief, visual description of your target market versus your ideal client. So you want to do market research and figure out what pain points your target audience has and how specifically your product service is a solution. You can conduct market research by asking your audience, friends, family, social media followers, email lists, what they are looking for and need help with in your designated industry. You can find other businesses that do what you do and look at their content and comments, and what content is getting in view, what content is getting the most engagement, what questions or comments are people putting in, the comments, like review what they're saying. This is an indication of a need in the market. Go on YouTube and search for videos related to your industry. What problems are their videos addressing? Now let's get into the offer. How are you packaging and delivering your solution? Is it a product or a service or both? How many products and or services do you offer? List them out. What is the pricing for your product and or service? Do you have a variety of high-end and low-end offers? So map those out in your workbook. So here's an examples of different services. It can be one-on-one, it can be group, virtual, in person, brick and mortar location or travel, membership, or packages. So these are different services that you can offer to your client depending on your industry. Is it a product? So is your product digital based, meaning that it's something that you recorded and you can package it up and then deliver it via online? Or is it a physical product that you have to actually ship and package and ship it out? So you want to map out your shipping, your packaging, and your vendors for your physical products. Pricing. If you're a service, how much do you want to charge for your time? So this is to help you map out how you want to price your product service. How much do you want to charge for your time? How much does it cost to use your supplies and materials to offer the service? How many people are you servicing at once? So if you're doing one-on-one, that should be a high price point. Whereas if you're servicing in a group setting, you're servicing more than one person at a time, which means you're making more money at that one time. So you can price it a little lower. Your products, how much does it cost to produce your products? How much profit do you want to make from each product? So if it costs for you to, the packaging, the creation of the product, if all of that goes into creating your product, if all of that costs $20, how much do you want to profit? If it's $10, then you need to charge $30 for your product. And don't forget to include your shipping costs in that. Digital products are amazing because you don't have to worry about the shipping costs or vendors to put it together. It's something that you record and make once and you can sell forever. So digital products, depending on how much value, how much information, what you're selling in the product, can be something that's priced a little lower than your service-based products or your physical products that you actually have to ship out. So map these out, map out your offers. How many are you going to have? Is it going to be service-based, product-based? How do you want to deliver this solution to your clients or customers' problems? The marketing. Your marketing is the exposure and the visibility of your product or service. So there's organic marketing, and this is where you want to start off. Organic marketing is marketing that doesn't cost money. So this includes posting regularly on social media platforms, word of mouth, tapping into your network, your family, friends, connections, email marketing, and networking events. You want to research your target audience to figure out what social platforms they are hanging out on, what networking events they are attending, or common places they visit in their everyday life, like gyms, grocery stores. Because if you notice, in a community, they have these community boards where you can post flyers, where you can go and vend. That's actually how I found some employees in my local community. I went to the local Starbucks, and they have these community boards or local restaurants where a lot of people hang out, and I would post now hiring flyers. So you want to research that. Common social media platforms are Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, Pinterest. Pick 2 to 3 platforms and post consistently. Mastering one platform and then repurposing your content to fit another platform is a great way to ease yourself into organic marketing. You don't have to be on and dominate every single social media platform. Again, do market research and figure out where your target audience is hanging out, and that's the platform you want to choose. Email marketing is essential. Email marketing is a great way to build community and build repeat clients. To get started with email marketing, you would sign up with one of the companies that I'm going to mention on another slide and create a lead magnet. You then connect that lead magnet to your email provider, market the lead magnet, and through one of the organic avenues or paid advertisement, you'll pitch your service product via email. So be consistent and send out emails at minimum 1 to 2 times per week. So this is how you build your community. This is how you build loyal customers. This is how you continuously get repeat clients, right? It's by email marketing and staying in touch with them and nurturing them. Your lead magnet needs to be relevant to what you're selling. So if you are a masseuse, a good free lead magnet for you to get clients is to, talk about different maybe pressure points on your body that your clients can do at home. That would be a great one. And if they want, VIP service and to come in to have you do it, then they'll do it because you already helped them, at home with small, simple tips and tricks, right? So your lead magnet needs to be relevant to what you're selling. Paid advertisement. So paid advertisement is the fastest way to get exposure and visibility for your product and service. Once you're getting engagement and making money off of your organic marketing, then look into paid advertisement, because then you know that it's working. You know that your target market or ideal client is enjoying your content, is resonating with them, it's landing for them, right? To know that you are for them and you have what they need. So once you see that your organic marketing is working, then put money behind it. So different types of paid advertisement can be mailers, newspaper placement, social ads on Facebook, TikTok, Pinterest, Google, all the things. So the biggest thing here is to be consistent. Consistency is really the key to successful marketing. People need to see you, your product and or service at least 7 times before taking action. So be consistent, don't give up, be persistent, because remember, that is the number one trait that successful entrepreneurs have. Now let's get into the systems and processes and the tech. So don't be overwhelmed. You don't need to use all of these things, right? So as I'm going through these systems, I want you to write down, what systems can you use in your business? What will make it easier for you to run your business? So that's how you want to think about the tech and the system and processes. This is to make your life running your business easy. What processes can you put into place for you as the business owner to organize your business? What will your customer journey look like? So having these systems and processes mapped out will make your life easier. It will make your customer journey enjoyable, which means repeat client and referrals so that you can make more money, right? So here are a few different tech that you can use in your business. Email marketing. I told you this is non-negotiable. You need to build your email list. So a free account that I've used and know about is MailChimp and ConvertKit. So I've used both of these. There's so many other ones, but I personally have used MailChimp and ConvertKit. MailChimp is free. I think up to 1,000 email subscribers, and ConvertKit is about $29 a month. I currently use ConvertKit. Website or landing pages. Again, this all depends on what you're selling. So if you're selling digital products or services, then you can use Gumroad. Again, you can Google these. Google's your best friend. YouTube is your best friend. So Google these to see how they work and if it will work for you. So website or landing pages. Squarespace is a great one. Shopify is a great one. And Gumroad is a great one. Gumroad is more so for digital products. Shopify, they say, is more so for physical products. And Squarespace can be done for both. Shopify can too. Content. So how are you creating your content? How are you creating your products? How are you visually offering your services? You can use Adobe or Canva. So again, I create journals. Although a lot of people use Canva, because I had a graphic designer that used Adobe, I learned how to use Adobe. So I don't use Canva, I use Adobe, but I do use Canva for my content. Canva is amazing, and now with its recent updates, it's starting to look like Adobe Illustrator. When I say Adobe, that's what I mean, Illustrator. But I've also used Adobe Photoshop for my mockups for my physical products, and I also use it. I've dabbled with InDesign for in Adobe. Your payment processors and your carts. So this is how you're going to accept payments. This is important. Stripe and PayPal. Those are the top two. Get those now, immediately. They're free. Okay. Do a PayPal business account. So Stripe, how they make their money is whenever someone uses their card, type in their card information, they get like 0.3% or something like that. They charge you 0.3% of the sale to process that payment. Okay, and then PayPal, I believe, have something similar as well. Samcart is another thing. So Samcart is like, you need you know how you go online, you can put things in your cart. So if you don't have a website where you can put things inside of a cart to like build up your shopping cart, you'll use something like Samcart. That's why it's called Samcart. Another one is called Thrivecart. That's where someone can click on your product, put it in the cart so they can purchase it, and then they can put in their, they can either pay by PayPal or Stripe. And then you have QuickBooks, which is similar. I believe Shopify also have points of sale. So if you do vending events and you need to collect payment that's not cash, you can use QuickBooks point of sale. You can use Shopify point of sale. I believe Square point of sale. There's so many different things that you can use, but these are ones that I've used before. Okay. Social media automation software. So posting on social media to keep up with the algorithm or, whatever it is that they want you to do consistently to be relevant on their platforms can be exhausting, right? So you can use automation software like Later or Planoly or Tailwind, or there's so many platforms and resources. You just need to figure out what works for you. Even Canva now has it where you can automatically post to your social media. You just schedule any post. So this allows you to spend a day or two creating your content, and then not having to worry about it until the next month or the next week, depending on how much you batch your content to automatically be posted through a software system. Your CRM, or client relationship management system. So this is, if you're a service-based business or even product, you want to have a software that keeps track of your customers so that you know that you're collecting data. You know what products or services are selling. You know what your customers need. You know where they are in the journey, so that you can go back and revisit what can you offer them more of, right? So who are your loyal customers? So Dubsado is a great one. Vacita is a great one. Honeybooks is a great one. And Excel is, the free original manual one that you can use, where you can manually put in your client's information and keep track of them. So these are different ways that you can. So starting off, you can use Excel, and then as you grow your business and you start making money, you can invest in CRM that can automatically manage your clients. Again, tech is to make running your business easier and keep it more organized so you can do less work. Bookkeeping. There's so many platforms. I've only ever used QuickBooks. Digital product delivery. So if you create a digital product, you need to house it somewhere. So when someone purchases your digital product, they can either download it. So you need to figure out, where is it going to be? Is it on your computer as a file? Is it in your Google Drive as a file? You need to figure out where you're housing that digital product. So when someone purchases it, it automatically gets delivered to them. So Google Drive is a good one. Dropbox is a good one. Or simply on your computer in a folder where you can remember where it is and you can hook it up to it. Your project management software. This is important because you want to be organizing your business. Trello and Asana are both free. So you don't want to just have a bunch of to-dos on pieces of paper that get lost or messed up or whatever, right? You want to be organized in your business. You want to remember, you're not clocking into a job. You don't have a boss telling you what you need to do, what needs to get done. You are your boss. So to project manage your time, to keep you accountable, Trello and Asana are great softwares that you can use. And then last but not least, an appointment software. So if you have a business where people need to make an appointment with you, then Calendly is a great free tool, and Acuity. There's so many more, but I've only ever used Calendly and Acuity. Those are the two that I can vouch for. Okay. So again, answer these questions. What systems will make running your business easier for you? What processes can you put in place so that your business is organized? And what will make your customer journey enjoyable for your customer and clients? So the last thing that I want to add in for the Thriving Business Basics is the Thriving Mompreneur mindset. And the first mindset shift that I want you guys to have is that cause is greater than effect. So what that means is you are at cause for what's happening in your life, not just your business, in life in general. You are at cause for the outcomes that you are receiving. You are at cause for your current reality. And that's not a bad thing. Like, sometimes it's a hard pill to swallow that, if you're not experiencing, joyous experiences, it's kind of hard to believe that you cause all of this disharmony in your life, right? But if you reframe it and see, because this is called the empowerment formula. So if you reframe that thought and say, you know what, I am at cause for my life, that gives you the power to change course, to change what is happening. Because when you're at effect, then life is just happening to you and you have no power. You're giving your power away, or you're blaming other people and you're just in effect. So one of the mindset shifts that I want you to have is that you are at cause. You have the power to change course in your life at any moment. Okay. The next mindset shift I want you to have is there's no failure, only feedback. So when you're in life and when you're building your business, everything that's in your life or coming to you is information, is feedback, is your results. So if you don't desire the results that you're getting in your business, if you don't desire the results that you're getting in your life, that's not saying that you failed. You only fail if you just stop, you don't change anything. That's just giving you data, information, results, feedback, telling you that you need to do something differently. So what you want to do is you want to take that feedback, You want to analyze it and you want to say, what can I do differently so I can get different results? Okay. So I want you to take those two things and reframe your mindset and how you're looking at the results that you're receiving, the experience that you're receiving. And I want you to be at calls. I want you to analyze the data, the results that you're getting, and I want you to pivot and move accordingly so you can get different. Becoming an entrepreneur is challenging, but it's rewarding. Just be persistent, reframe your thoughts, and speak as if everything you desire has already happened. All right? So now you have two options. Option one, you can build out your business by yourself, wasting time through trial and error, trying to figure it all out, trying to put all the pieces together with information overload. Or you can get help from someone who has been there before and done what you want to do and build your business in community with support and accountability. You do not have to do this alone. You have support, you have resources. So I want to invite you to enter the Thriving Mompreneur Incubator. This is a virtual 3-month mindset, business, and healing experience to help you overcome your limiting beliefs and self-sabotaging behaviors that's keeping you stuck in your current reality so that you can finally create your dream life, your dream business, thriving mentally, emotionally, financially. I want this for you. I told you this is my passion project, right? So I'm going to invite you to apply. You can go to tmi.thrivingmompreneur.com. And TMI was intentional. Because we are moms, it gets personal. I want this to safe space for you to land. This is for you. If you're ready, you're like on the rim and you're ready to leap out of your comfort zone into new waters. You're expanding yourself to enter into new levels, right, of your life. So you're ready to jump, but you need someone there to catch you. You need to know that you're going to be held. You're going to be supported. You're going to be coached through whatever mindset things that you're going through, whatever emotional things that you're going through. That's what this program is for. That's what this experience is for, is healing your emotional and mental wounds, right? The triggers that can cap your business success, cap the life that you want to live. This is for your mindset to make those shifts, to make, those mindset shifts to put you in a place where you know from an inner knowing that you can do what you want to do. You can handle what you want to accomplish, right? And this is for entrepreneurship, because going through all of those 6 things by yourself can be a lot. But when you're going through it and then you have someone, or not just someone, but a community of people that you can bounce off ideas with, that you can ask your questions, someone to mentor you and coach you through the journey in real time, is priceless. It's priceless, okay? So I'm going to invite you to apply. It's tmi.thrivingmompreneur.com. And I'll review your application and then we'll move on from there. Okay. Thank you for listening. I hope this information was helpful. You can email me, let me know what your big takeaways were from this webinar. What did you learn? What shifts did you have? I'm really eager to hear. All right. Thank you all. I appreciate you. Much gratitude and love.